See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder. Oh, yo, yo, Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout. Oh, yo, yo.
Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo.
And part of the consequences we have today is that Yorubas are now refugees in another country. Yorubas are running away from their villages. Yorubas are, are becoming victims in their own land, and nobody is listening to them. People are telling them that the way to react. Their politicians are continuing to underplay it. But I'm saying it to you that nobody will even tell you to fight. Instinctively, right? When you feel like you come under threat, you are going to try and fight back. And today, we have a Sunday Igboho, and Nigerian army is telling us that we are coming for you. If you come for Sunday Igboho, you will get the backlashes. The Yoruba politicians who are going to open the door for Nigerian army to come in, as they are threatening now. They did it yesterday. Oh, they have killed innocent people. Innocent people, all of you know that if Nigerian army engaged ESN, with the ESN we know, Nigerian army will be, Nigerian police, all of them will be recording, even if they are going to kill them, Nigerian army, Nigerian police, they will also be carrying the dead bodies of their own colleagues too. Nigerian army and Nigerian police, they went to Abia, they were killing innocent people, and that's what they are claiming as victory now. So the Yoruba governors, the Yoruba political leaders, they have concluded plan. The Yoruba traditional leaders who are also in this plot, they have concluded plan to unleash this same terror on Yorubaland. They are going to they are already doing it, gaslighting Sunday Igboho. I'm talking about the plot that some of you are going to come back here to say, this is war, this is this. I know it's going to be war. People are going to be killed. But can't we just prevent that? My effort is not that I want to see that happen. I don't want to see them kill anyone in Yorubaland simply because they are asking for Oduduwa Republic. We have seen them, same way I've never been happy, speaking up all the time with what they are doing to our Biafran brothers and sisters. We continue to speak up. We continue to condemn that. We continue to ask for justice. And we continue to tell them that one day you will push them to push back. When you push the Biafrans to push back, it's never going to end well. Consequences of this is what we all dread. We dread. I dread this day that they will do the same thing in Yorubaland. But you now say, if I am aware of what they will do, and I know they will do it, it's just a matter of time. They are already in Yorubaland. They have all their different barracks in Yorubaland. They will call all their divisions to move in and start the killings, the massacring and all of that. But again, I don't want to see that happen. But if that happens, of course it's going to be war. People are going to be killed. People are really going to be hurt. Yes, people are going to be hurt. And if those who claim to love Yorubaland and represent Yorubaland and speak for Yoruba people, if they truly love the Yorubaland they say they love, at this point, they will listen to the people. They will take the message up. They will take it up as a collective message, right? And take it to Abuja and say, don't come and kill our people. If you kill them, we will not be able to control what will happen. No. And it's true, they will not be able to control what will happen. So I was talking about, and someone said, Maiyegun, why are you always talking about arrest? I was like, I am so sorry that I am responsible for what I say, okay? But I'm not really responsible for how the brain of some people will actually process what I say, okay? That we know is not new. It's not that we believe that they have to do it. Asking or talking about their plan and plot to either kill, arrest, or kidnap Sunday Igboho and many, many other Yoruba Oduduwa Republic campaigners, this is not something new, except if you are living in denial. So it's always a plan in process. It's always a plan in progress. But when you continue to tell them that there will be consequences if this is done, maybe you can avert the day of doom. But that I'm talking about it is not that, do you want him to be arrested? Baba, Auntie, that you can't process everything I say. It's not my own fault. You are responsible for how you process what I say. I am responsible for every word I say. I am responsible. That's why I said, if I say something that offends you, don't take it personally. Okay? And if you feel really, really offended, you can even sue me. Do you know I have a name now that you can take to court in any court all over the world? Don't threaten me. Don't do anything. Don't be an ass. Don't be an idiot. Right? Just take me up. I live in a country where you can actually serve me a court, a court case, right? But apart from that, because I'm responsible responsible for everything I say under the law, okay? But I am not responsible for how you process it. And I don't think I will be able to actually break things down like to a 1-year-old or 2-year-old kid, to everyone. I've got smarter people here, but I do read comments like that where people are like, are you asking them to arrest him? Maiyegun, where was your position? I'm like, Baba, if you get mental issue that can't process information very well, I am not going to be responsible for that. Okay? We are calling on them that they should avert anything that is going to lead to a further escalation of this insecurity issue. It has been established that our people have been attacked. Our people are still being attacked up to this day. And then it has also been established that Nigerian police and Nigerian security agents are also culpable. They've colluded with them because they have been unable to tame them or stop all these attacks. Since they have been unable to, people have the right to protect themselves. And they also have the right, since they have identified the criminals who are perpetrating these crimes, they have the right to call them out and go after them. So if you then now turn that into a killing spree, like you are doing currently in Biafra land, then people will react. And if people say it's going to be war, who am I to say it's not going to be war? If you come under attack from Fulani terrorists, you can't fight back. When you try to fight back, the military come for you. Then nobody can say where this is going to end. So they said they killed 11. Samuel Adenuga, by the way, thank you. I found your super sticker there. Well appreciated. Okay, thank you very much. You have a country that is being ruled by liars, complete fraudsters, manipulators, dishonest people, totally dishonest people. Okay? And if you think dishonest people rule, the politicians are dishonest people all over the world, you are wrong. Because, yes, politicians can be, a sort of dishonest to some extent when it comes to personal gain. But when their national interest comes to play, right? Every politician knows that if you are found to be working against the interest of your country for your own selfish or personal gain, you are committing a treason against that country. Do you get that now? So, politicians in Nigeria, they have become so detached from the reality that they continue to push the lies, the narratives of lies, for whatever it's actually meant to achieve, which I don't have a clue about. We know the ESN, and we know why ESN is existing in Eastern Nigeria today. They are existing simply because they have faced police brutality. They have faced the unjust, racial and tribal profiling from the agents of government of Nigeria, past and present, mostly this present government. They have been persecuted. They have been publicly, massacred, openly killed, shot at. They have been openly humiliated. And therefore, you should know that when they finally decided to start the ESN, Eastern Security Network, right? It was their own way of saying we will no longer be pushed about. We will no longer play the victim card. So if the Nigerian government are actually looking after them, looking for them in Abia, and eventually they engage them and they kill them, by now, we would probably have seen dead policemen, dead soldiers too. I'm not going to say they won't kill the ESN members, but that won't happen in the city or in towns, in the communities of Abia. It will happen in the forest. That is where the ESN stays. ESN, from how we know they operate, they don't come to town except when they are responding to an amber or emergency SOS call, like the one that happened in Olu, when the Nigerian army, in fact, they even sent, you remember when they sent the guy they called the Super Cop, Abba Kyari, when they said the one that is always the one that always go into the forest and arrest notorious kidnapper, notorious this and that. So he is a criminal, by the way, for those who know his story. But they sent him to Imo State to help them fish out the ESN members. He spent 2 weeks there. The Imo State governor, Opus Odima, they call him Supreme Court governor. Okay, Opus Uzodingba. Please, I want you to tell me the meaning of. Is it called Uzodingba? Some people call him Uzodima, but some are now calling him Uzodingba. Can you tell me if I pronounce that right? Opus Odima, the Supreme Court governor, declared ESN IPOB members terrorists immediately he came to power. He had the balls to push it last year by bringing in, I know it's Uzodima, but they call him Uzodingba. I want to know the meaning of that. Is it there's a reason? It's like also calling Tinumbu Tifnumbu. So I know my Biafran brothers call him either Uzodinjo. Is it Uzodinjo or Uzodingba? No, you are not getting it. The people who I want to respond are not responding yet. Okay, I know that his name is Uzodima, Opuzodima, but they call him something like Uzodinjo or Uzodingba or something like that. I want to know the meaning. Tell me the meaning. So they brought this guy. This guy spent 2 weeks. He left. He couldn't find any ESN. He couldn't see them anywhere. He was roaming the forest. They were watching him on CCTV camera. These guys, IPOB member, these guys, they implanted CCTV camera inside forest. And they will be watching Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian police in the forest. They'll be watching them like this. If we want to kill you now, we'll just kill you. Bad road. Okay, thank you. So it is Uzodinjo. Uzodinjo is a bad road. Thank you. I'll remember that. So I'll put that as part of the name now. Now the IPOB member named him that. The road is bad or bad road. Okay. So Uzodinjo brought in Abakiyari Super Cup. And for 2 weeks, they didn't find any ESN. 2 weeks. So then the next thing, they brought in the military, as usual. They started killing civilians, arresting civilians, assaulting people on the street, assaulting and harassing them for like 2 days. You know what happened? The ESN just received Amber call, alert, SOS call. Baba, for 2 days, they engaged the Nigerian army, Nigerian soldiers in Olu. You know the story now. Last, Nigerian army withdrew. But they didn't just go away. The people they kidnapped for that 4 days, they now took them away and started prosecuting them as ESN, as IPOB member on the order of Uzodinjo. But they did not kill one single ESN member. That was a fight that lasted for 4 days. All of a sudden, Nigerian army, Nigeria, they released the news. They said they engaged ESN, IPOB ESN in a gun battle because they a joint operation of military, police, and all of them. They have been able to find the ESN in Abia, and they have killed 11 of them. Liars, pants on fire. Liars, pants on fire. Same way they have been killing terrorists, yet they have been killing and still kidnapping people. Lie.
To build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope. We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
Do you get that? So I've seen the news. It's not a major news, but I'm going to say that they have killed innocent people. They have, as usual, they have killed innocent people under the cover of the night. and they are giving themselves, they are pinning medal on themselves, giving themselves medals. We have killed ESN. It is also part of the cover-up that is bringing about this further division of Nigeria. So if you're asking yourself, is it that we should break up? Sure, if we break up is the solution. It is the solution to save lives. Don't you get it? You want to save people's lives? You need to begin to ask, because you need to begin to ask for the total breakup of that country to save people's lives. The more you keep Nigeria together, the more you are giving the politicians, the criminals from everywhere, Igbo land, Yorubaland, Hausa land, everywhere, you are giving them the validation they need to continue to kill, because they need to kill to maintain that one Nigeria. And we're asking that we don't need to kill to break up that one Nigeria. They kill innocent people to make up a story so that they can pretend to be doing something, to cop something. Today, in the eastern Nigeria, we now have the people called unknown gunmen. Do you know what that simply means? Unknown gunmen are people who have now been identified as those who have had their own family members killed extrajudiciously by the Nigerian security forces and covered up by the Nigerian judicial system, where they never got justice. And they were seeing and watching the criminals who killed their family members, who disabled their family members, who has turned them into wounded animals. You have so many wounded Nigerians who have turned to wounded animals. And let me tell you something, you have never seen the last of them. So in the eastern part of Nigeria right now, we now have young, old people who have now been identified as unknown gunmen who are now killing security. If you are a security official in the eastern part of Nigeria right now, whether you are a member of a DSSO, whether you are a police officer, whether you are a military man, you are a prison officer, correctional facility officer, you know what I mean? Unknown gunmen can come for you anytime. These are the people coming from the society that has reeking and raging from a needed healing that Nigeria will not give. Nigeria continue to give sorrow. Nigeria continue to give heartbreaks. Nigeria continue to kill you. And when that happens, right, those who survive those who are surviving the brutality, they are never going to grow up loving Nigeria. Do you really think they're going to grow up or they're going to grow fond of Nigeria and love Nigeria? Of course not. Now, if they start this in Yorubaland, as they have unknown soldiers, you know what they say? Oh, unknown soldiers killed them. Who are those who killed the Shiites, the El Zazaki supporters in Abuja? Unknown soldiers. Who are those who killed the women who were protesting in Taraba and Kaduna over the increasing Fulani attacks and kidnappings, and women protesting in Benue? Who are the soldiers who were shooting at them and shooting and killing them? Who? Unknown soldiers. Oh, really? Okay. Who are those who shot and killed people at Obibo in Rivers State? Because they were looking for IPOB members, or they were suspected to be IPOB members. They were shot and killed. Women were kidnapped and raped, took away by the security officials. Who are those who did that? Unknown soldiers. Oh, really? Who are those who shot and killed, the protesters at Lekki Toll Gate in Lagos State? Who shot and killed over 80 people and covered that up? Who are those who did that? Unknown soldiers. Really? Unknown soldiers. Now, in the east, who are those who shot and killed the Biafrans who are praying for the repose of the souls of their lost patriots in the hands of Nigerian criminals in 2016? Who shot and killed them? Innocent children. Who? Unknown soldiers, unknown police. Really? Now, in the eastern part of Nigeria, they now have unknown gunmen killing unknown police, unknown soldiers, unknown prison officials, and unknown. And if you want to look at another way, why this is what it is, maybe I should share this with you. Just a moment. It's a refresher.
It's the credo of our republic. It says unity and faith, peace and progress. The truth is, whatever a man sows, the same he will reap. And that goes for a family, that goes for a tribe, that goes for a nation, and that goes for a multinational republic such as Nigeria. When a nation or republic cannot keep faith with justice and with the truth, it will never achieve unity, it will never achieve peace, and it will never achieve progress. Mr. President, sir, one of us quoted from this constitution and went ahead to make prescription for how to move forward. I dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent lists.
And that's why you have to break up Nigeria if they will not talk about that, if they don't want to have that conversation, okay? The injustice is spreading, and I pity those who are still believing in that one Nigeria this, one Nigeria that, okay? The one Nigeria you believe in is not the same one Nigeria that these criminals believes in. You may be having a different one in your head, but well, there are some people who believe that they are no longer going to listen to the politicians. They're going to push ahead, right? Since those who are supposed to speak up, starting with those who claim to be the tribal champions, who speak for their people, who enjoy the privilege of being called the leaders of this tribe, of that tribe. So they will be they will be discarded with, okay? The journey to get them discarded with, that they will no longer, they will no longer speak for anyone. They are not speaking for anyone. They've never really been speaking for anyone until we get to prove that. It's our job to prove that they've never been speaking to anyone, okay? But we are also going to say this in a very, very clear, unequivocal, tone. If they make any attempt to militarize Yorubaland, right, there will be some backlashes. There will be consequences. We know that already the fate of the Yorubas have been, our fate, it's been sealed by the greedy, criminal, political class, right? But we just want to say it and sound it very clear that we know the danger we are being pushed into. It is either they are ready to defend what gives them that privilege that makes them who they claim to be for now, or they will wait and be consumed by the consequences of the action, like what they started in 2014. We will complete it for them, okay? We will not watch them militarize Yorubaland without consequences. That one thing is certain. We know that they are not going to be coming to Yorubaland to arrest our people or assault and brutalize them without the permission of the political class in Yorubaland. We know this, and we are very strongly sure about this. So we are calling on them. If you still have that last button you need to push, and that last button is that tell Atahiru or whatever it's called, the new chief of army staff in Nigeria, that he can give that order, okay, but it will not be what they bargain it to be. And let me also add this. We know that whatever they are promising them as the compensation for keeping the Yorubas still part of Nigeria, that promise is broken already. Because number one, they believe that with the strong attitude of Yorubas to this insecurity problem, to this Fulani herdsmen invasion and all of that, they can sense it, they can see that immediately they leave that power and they don't have anybody in that position to protect them. It is either they will just let a military man take over so that they can have a Fulani man as your military president and he can give a protection to these marauding invaders, because they know that, and they fear it, that once Bokuwari is no longer there and they can no longer use his name, once they don't have the command and everything anymore, whoever comes in will likely want to change all of these people, all right? Change all the security, change everything, begin to push back. Or it will just have to pretend that nothing is wrong and continue to watch his own people killed and massacred, maimed, everywhere destroyed, while he will just have to blame whoever is handing over to him. All of these things makes the future bleak. It's not clear. Therefore, you as a Yoruba man, you must not buy into the idea of a Yoruba presidency. A Yoruba presidency is just like you buying another meal ticket for Tifnumbu and co. to pay for their holidays, pay for their school, their children's school fees, pay for their medical bills, buy them more private jets, give them latest automobiles, give them all what money can buy while they watch you die. Because they can't do anything. It will require any new president in Nigeria to start with, to any new president in that country to start first with a new constitution, call for a new constitution where people have to discuss if they still want to be part of that country or not. Whoever discusses that means that that person is going to be asking for the autonomous and the what do you call it, the monopolistic attitude or the monopolistic tendencies of these northern criminals, right? You are going to challenge that. Changing Nigeria constitution means that Dangote will not have any monopoly anywhere. It will never have such monopoly. And then all this quota system filling up important positions where dumps, idiots are there making decisions that are vital to the lives of millions of people, but they don't have a clue. They don't even know the consequences of their decisions. So all of this will be gone. And the privilege of the northern privilege, blah, 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 will be gone as well. Now, do you really think they will give that away? Do you really think they will give that power to somebody that is going to come in and weed out all these incompetent idiots in different parts of government agencies, change them, and then bring about a real governance? You know, that's a tall dream. So they would never agree to that. Okay. So Fulani terrorists who are occupying different forests across Nigeria, they are doing so today because they know there is no military that will arrest them. There is no police that will arrest them. If any local vigilante touches them, they have to hand them over to the police and all of that. So all of this confidence are because Bokuwari is there. They have this unwritten accord and agreement which protects them. So they will need somebody to give them that protection when Bokuwari is no longer there. Do you really think Tifnumbu can give them that? They have seen it already that when Ikene Shatabandu became the acting president, when Bokuwari was lying like a vegetable in London hospital in 2016, and Oshibade was the acting president. Within just 100 days, Oshibade stole over 10 billion naira. We mismanaged over 10 billion naira. The biggest of them is the NEMA fund, where Oshibade approved over 5 billion naira to clear a rice donated to Nigeria by China. China donated rice to Nigeria. The rice got to Nigerian, to Lagos Seaport. They said the ship entered demurrage. Nigerian government did not clear it. Agent did not clear the rice. So rice donated to victims of Boko Haram, they called it. So the rice arrived in Nigeria under Bukwari. They said the rice entered demurrage. Since it entered demurrage, the government needed to pay government to clear the rice. And they needed a board to approve the money for NEMA. NEMA, as a National Emergency Management Agency, right? So they are supposed to have a governing board. Bukwari was too sick. He didn't inaugurate any governing board for the NEMA. So he was lying there in the hospital in London. Ikene Shatabandu, fake Pastor Ruga, acting president, was in Nigeria. Okay, so there is no time to inaugurate anything. Ikene Shatabandu just approved 5.5 billion naira for Nigerian NEMA to go and clear the rice from Nigerian custom. So it's like custom holding the rice donated to Nigeria to help people who are hungry, victims of Boko Haram. Then the custom said, oh, we will not clear this rice except you pay us. So NEMA had to collect money to go and pay custom. Then custom released the rice. When they released the rice, funny enough, they locked the rice up at NEMA office. When the scandal broke out 2 years later, the rice is still locked up in the NEMA office. They did not give the rice to the people they are meant to give the rice to. By the time they showed the picture of the rice, you will realize that, God damn it. Then if that was the only thing he did, they probably would have forgiven him, okay? But he did other things. These guys, Abba Kyari, your de facto president, who was acting on behalf of Bukwari, he was the one putting all these people in position. He was telling them what to do. He made agreement with the Buratai, the butchers, chief of army staff, and then the service chiefs. He made a deal with them that they will protect the regime. As long as they protect the regime, right, their job is safe. Even if they can't protect the country, even if the whole country is going up in blazes, right, their job is to protect the regime, and their job will be safe. And that's what Buratai did. Buratai said he's loyal. I am loyal to the president. I'm not loyal to Nigeria. He said it. I am only loyal to the president. The president, the commander-in-chief. Because that was the deal he made with Abba Kyari. Remember? So the insecurity escalated to this point, and you ask yourself, what is that Tinubu going to do? So I was talking about much of the mistrust here, okay? So 6 years after that, the Yorubas are now what? We are now refugees elsewhere. So again, I don't know what they're going to sell to you as a Yoruba man. I don't know what they're going to sell to you as a Yoruba woman. But take it from me, it's never going to fly. Because whatever they sold to you back then, the consequences of that is today. Yeah. Okay, I think I wanted to say something about the crime Ikene Shatabandu committed. Right? So it was not because justice stole. It was that he sacked Lawal Daura. You remember that DSS guy that invaded invaded the judges' quarters, that invaded the National Assembly, the one that is doing all the kidnappings from the beginning of Bukwari's government, Lawal Daura, DSS, the Daura Secret Service, the director of the head. So he was meant to be there. They brought him for a certain job. But all of a sudden, Ikene Shatabandu just sacked him. How could you do that? Also, Shatabandu also sacked Babashir Lawal. Babashir Lawal was the first appointment Bukwari made when he was making his political appointment. Babashir Lawal was made the secretary to the government of the Federation for a reason. Then this guy, which they gave the role of rehabilitating the Northeast to, Babashir Lawal awarded 242 million naira to himself to cut the grass around the refugee camp where victims of Boko Haram are living. Okay, so this has been going on and on and on. Saraki National Assembly, Saraki Senate was investigating him. They indicted him. Bukwari wrote a letter 2 times to defend him. Now Bukwari is in the hospital in London. Ikene Shatabandu just sacked him. How could you do that? Man, you get balls, oh. You get courage, oh. You get confidence, oh. You sack 2 powerful positions inside Bukwari's government. That means if this one gets, if anything should happen to Buhari, If this one should become president, it will take him less than 24 hours to sack everybody that Buhari put in power. So they are going to do Yaradua part 2 for us. So the plan of Tinubu is to do Yaradua part 2. Fine. So immediately they came back from London. They turned Ikene Shatabandu to special advisor on burial arrangement, condolences matters, and then trader money to the Bokuwari. He became a special advisor on condolences visits. He never ever get close to making any decision again. Now they have 2 years left. They constituted APC think tank committee, whatever, the contact committee. They brought in Ambode that Tifnumbu sacrificed for Pontius Pilate at the appointer, the current governor. So they disgraced him and bring in the Pontius the Pilate, Ogade. So they appointed the Ambode has been appointed to be a APC contact, APC connect in Southwest. And then they jumped Tifnumbu. They did the same thing in Edo, where Oshiomole, the one that Tifnumbu thought he was going to use to pave his way for 2023. Now, Oshiomole has been completely banned. Yeah? They also jumped Edo because they believe that Edo is gone. They will never get Edo again. So the same Tifnumbu, they now compensated him with, I'm going to attend your birthday. I'm going to attend your birthday virtually. Go and tell your people. So the point here is that they don't trust them. They don't trust them with any power. They don't want the power to go to the Igbos. Because according to them, they just have this phobia for Igbos. And the country is meant to be a one country, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. Do you get that now? It should be a one country where everybody have equal right. Equal. But you know it. There is no equal right anywhere. You decrease, which equal right? You want to go and tell a Fulani man that you have equal right. He shouldn't be controlling your oil block. It will tell you, are you mad? The oil block is inheritance from Uthman Danfodio, even though Uthman Danfodio never visited Niger Delta. Uthman Danfodio never had the courage to even get to Oyo. Uthman Danfodio, as powerful as they claim he was, his jihadi, whatever, anything he did was in northern Nigeria, not even the entire northern Nigeria. But a Fulani man will tell me, Usman Danfodio, his grandfather, his great-grandfather, won Nigeria. He conquered Nigeria. We'll go find out if Usman Danfodio conquered Nigeria, or you want to just make a Usman Danfodio dream come true by believing that you have conquered Nigeria. Tifnumbu, they don't trust him. They are not going to leave the power for him. They have seen what they can do with power. Some of you may never have paid attention. I did. I paid attention. And now, before you know it, we're going to have this kind of people on our streets. They say, well, we don't have AK-47 now. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. In fact, I'm going to hold on to this. I'll share this with you some other time. It has to do with Oduduwa Republic as well, because I'm rounding up now. However, I have something to tell you before we go. My friends, check this screen. I'm going to close everything on the screen, and I'm going to share this with you. This. I received a request, which is really, really, really personal now to me. I received a request from this, if you look at your screen right now, I received this Save Our Soul request from a foundation. This foundation is from my state, Ogun State. In fact, the foundation started from my hometown, Odogbolu. They reached out to me. What they do is that they take care of the aged in the society. Our aged mothers, widows, widowers, mostly aged people. And what they do is that they feed them, not every day, but when I say reaching out to them, this is what they do on a very regular basis. So they reach out to them every month, food supply, medical checkup, monetary, gift, things that just keep them alive. Then they organize different meetings where these aged citizens in our, from my area and across Ogun State, as they are doing right now. So they bring them together like we do, like we do abroad. You will see this meeting of aged people where they interact, they discuss, they talk about things that are personal to them, and they get checked up and all of that. I love this initiative. So they reached out to me, and I'm reaching out to you. I told them, I said, I'm going to share this with my friends. If you have a tenner, £10, £5, £2, 1,000, 2,000, it will be going a long way. And in fact, you'll be touching lots and lots of lives. Nigeria is very hard. We all know it. And collectively, we can touch lives. We have been doing it on Maiyegun's diary. And I said, I'm going to share that with you. If you have anywhere with her and you are my friend and you think this is something that is right, something you think is good, I think it is something that is right. It is a great thing that we've been known and used to on Maiyegun's diary. Every penny you give will be changing a life. Please reach out to them. Reference your donation by just making it reference it as Maiyegun fans support so that they can know it comes from you. Everything they get, they told me they would account for, and they will send their appreciation to you. This may be the greatest thing, though little, somehow, maybe the greatest thing, human contribution that you'll be doing this year too. I don't know how many you are involved in. This is one of them that will go a long way. I'm asking you to please support them if you can. And thank you very much for listening to that. Finally, you remember when they rejected a petition sent from the Benue citizens who are living in America. And the deputy speaker of the House of Representatives in Nigeria, Wase, said we had no right to send any petition on anything going on in Nigeria because we don't live in Nigeria. It was about the insecurity, the homelessness, the Benue citizens who are now refugees, and they have been abandoned by both government, federal and state, and they want government to do something about that and protect the farmers of Benue State. That petition was rejected then. Gbajabiamila, who is the speaker, returned, and then this happened. Just to share with you, it's an update.
Okay, thank you, Magwila. I believe this was the same that attracted so much attention in the last week.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. I think let me just say that there's been a lot of misunderstanding on that petition. I believe it is signed, right?
Yes.
By the petitioners.
Yes,
okay, I think that's where the misunderstanding came from. And let me just say this very quickly. The House of Representatives does not discriminate against Nigerians wherever they may be, whatever the remotest part of the world they may be. They remain Nigerians. I think the misunderstanding came from the issue of signatures. And I must say also that the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Wase, has been one of the champions for diaspora voting, and he was also involved very much in the creation of the diaspora committee in this house some years back. So I think having cleared that misunderstanding, please go ahead and lay your petition, which will be given proper and due attention.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Magwila, and thank you for your patience. Apologies to the TIF people.
The TV people of Benue. So your petition has been submitted. We will give it a follow-up. We know they are just paper tigers who can only bark, but they cannot bite. They can, but they can't bite. However, it is on record that the petition is now submitted. Okay. So just before we go, it's been a long night, and thank you for every minute of it that you spent with me tonight. Okay. But it would be really, really, not so cool if you enjoy your time with me tonight, and you have yet to subscribe on Maiyegun's diary. Well, before we go, I think you can do that now. For those of you who have been practicing social distancing with the like button, I think at this time as well, we can take a break from the chat, close the chat, let's go subscribe to Maiyegun's Diary Politico. And at the same time, you can give me a thumb up while you do that. A quick one, just 10 seconds. Thank you. So, to every one of you who has responded to this my request for help, I want to say this personally to you, okay? When you pick up that phone, right, or you pick up that your laptop, you are about to make that contribution to this information on your screen, right? I want you to know this. You will be touching me right in my own heart, because this is a message that is going to really reach home. So if you reach out to them, please add that reference. The reason is because they need to know where it is coming from too, so that they can direct all their appreciation to all of you. I know we are going to make a lot of difference. I believe that, strongly believe that. Nothing is too small. Nothing is too big. I can vouch for this. Reach out to them and you will be touching the core base of Maiyegun, the home. And that means you'll be touching my heart. Thank you very much. And to my friends who has done the needful, subscribed, or even joined my premium membership, or click on the like button, I am so grateful for that. Okay, I'm going to see you some other time tomorrow. Until then, you can learn one or two things from let me bring back or refresh your Oduduwa anthem reading before we go. I'll see you again. So stay safe and good night. Bye-bye.
Still them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo.
Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo.